Hey, beautiful people. Oh my God. Welcome to another episode of The GYST. You know what it is. When it comes to life, love, and the pursuit of happiness, sometimes we just need a moment, maybe two, to get our shit together. Okay? So that's what it's all about. What's up? I'm your host, Kay Bellamy, and I'm here with my co host, Stephanie. And we just hanging out. Val's not with us. She's on vacation. We shared that on Monday. She's on vacation, enjoying herself with her family. She'll be back with us on Monday. But tonight, Steph, is just me and you.
Okay.
And
we get to wild out.
We get to wild out. Exactly. We're going to wild out a little bit tonight. So tonight is all about the what would you do segment. Okay. So in certain instances, the term shit happens is a fact when it comes to everyday life. It's a real thing. Shit just
each happens. And every day you're presented with something.
It becomes when it happens, what do you do?
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay, so what are the rules around this?
So here, I'm just going to give you the scenario.
Okay.
And then you're going to tell me what would you do?
Okay.
All right. So the first scenario, and these are things that I really got from people through conversation. And I thought to myself, if that happened to me, what would I do?
Okay.
All right. So
wait a minute. It's not what do I wish I would do, but realistically, if you're caught in the moment. Okay.
Hey, what would you do? All right. So first up, you meet someone, and you're dating them. You're a year in. You're, maybe 2 years in, but a year in to the relationship. And they come down with some fatal disease. Do you stay or do you go? What would you do? You're not married, you're dating.
Have I met his family yet? Do I know his mama yet?
You're a year in to this relationship. What would you do?
You gotta stay. You gotta stay.
A year in.
You cannot. Okay. So here's the thing: if you're not feeling him like that, too bad.
Well, but you are feeling him like that. You are.
Oh, well, I was going to give the if you're not scenario too. If you're not feeling him like that, too bad. You missed your out. There's no way you come out of this smelling like a rose if you leave somebody who's fatally ill. You can't. You got to ride this one out.
You definitely won't come out a hero. You won't come out a hero.
No, you won't. You just got to. It's now your lot in life. You may as well go ahead and get married now.
Oh, wow.
You're stuck with it.
Really?
Yeah, you are.
So
there's no way you look good.
I see it a little bit differently. I think that, because I would have to put myself on the other side of that. I would not want the rest of your life to be hindered. We're a year in.
He's fatally ill. How long is that going to be?
But it could be 5 years. It could be 10 years. Somebody could have a fatal disease that, has a 5-year lifespan.
But you can't up and run.
I'm not saying up and run, but I'm like, what are we gonna do? Really? What kind of we're a year in dating, and I really like him. I do. But I don't know. I cannot say that I would stay, and only because if it were reversed and it were me, I would not want someone who was dating me for a year to hold up their life.
I would. I want you to hold it all up.
Oh my God.
I don't want you to do anything.
I can't believe you said I would.
Oh, I would.
No, I couldn't. I
want you to hold my hand.
I need you to stop. I would not want to hold someone's life up like that. I would not want to do that.
Oh, I'm putting it out there now. I would. So be prepared.
So if you date her for a year,
oh, you in it,
and something go down, you in. Got it. Okay.
And if he decides he's out, I'm telling everybody. You know he left, right? when I was sick. I can't have a cold and you want to go home. What?
You posted it on Facebook talking about my heart is broken with the broken heart. My heart is broken because he left. And you know, I can't. Listen, I don't know if, because you know, I think that we go in relationships and
I'm gonna go on a dating profile and set my profile up with my picture and then a picture of me and him. Don't date him, girl. At the bottom.
I cannot. I can't. This is why you need to get out. Okay? You need to get out. Seriously. All right. So moving on to the next. All right. So here's a girlfriend scenario of what would you do? Okay. So you and I are best friends, right? But there's a woman who, you know, I hadn't, you know, had a relationship with. It did not end well. It was a bad situation. I came to you and I said, this is a bad situation. I can't believe that she did this, blah, 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 blah. You don't know her, but then somehow later on you meet her. Do you become friends with her?
Oh.
Do you become friends with her? Knowing that what happened with me with her, do you become friends with her? And
of course, the way you would have told me the story, it was all her fault.
Right, of course. I'm gonna tell you the story that is, you know, is her fault.
Course. Yeah,
or whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
We had a bad deal. But you're probably friend. You meet this woman. Do you become friends with her? Knowing what you know?
Probably not. If nothing else, because I would think, I don't think I could trust her. I don't think I would. And especially if it was something like, you know, she was messing with your husband, or like, you know,
or
she kissed your dog or something.
Even if it was something as simple as, you know, we tried to do business together and, you know, it didn't work out because of whatever the case might be. We just had a fallout. It doesn't necessarily have to be you slept with my man, none of that. We just had a fallout and we don't work well. We don't gel. We did not mesh together at all. But then
you know what? See, I'm thinking I probably wouldn't, and it may not even be intentional where I'm like, oh, I'm not going to mess with her because, you know, she and Kay had their issues. I probably just wouldn't be really feeling her like that.
Right.
That's my thought.
I would have to say just out of loyalty, because when you meet somebody, you start to incorporate them in all parts of your life. Right. You know, a lot of girlfriends that you now know is a result of, you know, me having a get together or a party, right. And you meet them at the party and then you go on to know them for long periods of time. So you bring people into your personal life. That's where the issue becomes, because if her and I become good friends, she eventually will come into my personal life, and then there you are.
But you know what I find, even though with your business example, a lot of times, especially at this age, people who are messy, they're just messy. They messy in business. They messy with, I don't mean messy sloppy. They messy with their finances. They messy with their friendships. Some people, stuff just follows them all the time.
So what would be your answer if I were the issue?
I'd be friends with her.
We'd be cool. Because Kay, whatever you did, it was wrong.
Kay was tripping.
Yeah. I cannot. She said straight up, we be
cool. Yeah. It was her. It was her. You know, 20 years ago, we were out somewhere and she did this and I'm like, yeah, all right. It was her. We just let that go.
She said, yeah, we not doing, okay, we'll be fine.
I got one for you. Can I ask you one?
Come on.
Is this one of your questions? Okay.
Come on.
You and I are dear friends, right? I am divorced. You never really knew my husband like that. You know, you kind of met him in passing, but we become friends in the past 5 years, right? So you don't know the whole sort of history.
Right.
Would you date my ex-husband? And I would have told you some things about him, but on the surface, he is an amazing man. Like everyone sees him and says, wow. I'll just call him Bill for the sake of argument. Bill is amazing. He's handsome. He's, good at what he does for a living. He doesn't have a whole lot of baggage,
So you're
he's available.
You're asking me would I date your ex-husband?
Would you date okay, I don't literally mean my ex-husband. We have made up a fictitious person.
Honey, I was going to answer that question real quick.
That's why we called him Bill.
All right, so you're basically saying that, he's your ex-husband. Now, let me just say this, though, because I know the thought crosses people's minds sometimes. It says, while he may not have been good for me, he may be great for you.
Sure. I'm married with my ex-husband.
But we don't go there because of loyalty to the friendship. But some people do go there because, he might not have been good for you, but me and him had a connection from the day we met.
But I done told you Bill's a dirty dog. Girl, Bill, let me tell you something what Bill did to me.
But sometimes women think in terms of, he may have been a dirty dog to you, but I'm special.
So your answer is yes. You would date Bill.
I would not. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it just out of loyalty, but I'm just, speaking in general. I would not do it because what exactly you want? What does our conversation look like after that? What
if you don't know Bill is my husband and you meet him somewhere? My ex-husband.
Now that's
something. I just met this amazing.
I might date Bill. Now the question would be, once I find out that's your ex-husband, would I leave him? That would be the question. Now that depends on how far we are in the relationship. Would I leave? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that depends on how far we would be in the relationship.
See, I think friends' ex-husbands are off limits.
But if I don't know that's your ex-husband, if I don't know, I could be dating someone for 6 months and not know that's your ex-husband if we've never really connected. But now I find out he's your ex-husband. Do I just walk away? Your face is saying, yeah, you should.
Now I see why your girlfriend said what she said about you.
That's why you ain't friends with your girlfriend. No, let me
your hypothetical girlfriend because you were seeing my hypothetical ex-husband. Now I understand why.
But wait. All right, so wait a minute. I'm a little, so I have to rethink that and say, shit, we in this thing, and then here you come to my, oh my God, that's my ex-husband.
I didn't know you, when you said Bill, I didn't know you meant Bill T.
Well, here's the truth of the matter. I went through that situation with my own marriage. Remember, okay, that, let's full disclosure here. You remember, I was getting my hair done, and the girl.
That's not the same thing, though.
Really?
No. You and her weren't friends.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We're not friends.
Yeah.
We weren't friends. I didn't even know her.
Right. That's different.
And again, how women think, once she found out, she was like, you know what? But we still good because I'm the special one. So, but I don't, listen, I think that would be a real conversation. And I think for most people, because if you've been dating somebody for 6 months or a year, and then all of a sudden I find out that's your ex-husband, I don't know where the conversation, do I stop it like right there in its tracks? Do I say, yo, can we have a conversation? What do you do?
So I know someone who she was divorced. The woman, she knew her very casually, like from the neighborhood or something.
Uh-huh.
Or I think maybe their kids were in school together or something like that. Very casually. But enough to know by name and to say hi, right? But they would never go out together kind of thing. She just rolled up on her and said, hey, would you mind if I kind of hit your ex-husband up?
I love that shit. Listen, she like, yo, I understand, it didn't work out between y'all, but listen, I got another kind of plan. So, do you mind if I take your leftovers and, go ahead and recook those?
You're right. I'm gonna heat them back up.
Go ahead and heat that up. Put that in.
Put a little spice in there, a little jerk or curry or something. Make it a little, extra.
Do you mind if I kind of reheat that up? Listen, I believe that people would do different things in that instance. If you've been dating for 6 months, I don't think it would be snap of a finger that a woman would walk away.
Right.
And say, because we're friends. I think they would not know what to do immediately. But if they're feeling him, I truly doubt that the average woman would walk away. If they've been in that thing for 6 months to a year, and you are divorced and didn't know that was your husband, yeah, I mean that's a hard one. That's a hard one. That's
like I'm trying to make it real in my head, and so take our ex-husbands out of it because we know them. But if it was a guy you were dating, and I'll just say recently, I would say a year ago,
right?
And you just hadn't mentioned him to me. You guys were dating. If I found out I was dating him now, that wouldn't set well with me. It's like if it's a friend or coworker I shouldn't say friend, an acquaintance who I don't really know like that, or a coworker, okay, but a good friend, like that's kind of like dating your cousin.
Well, listen. I get it. And it's true. I mean, I really would be, if I found out that was your ex-husband and I was in this relationship with him 6 months or a year down the road, first of all, I would need therapy. I would need therapy. And so I'd go to a few sessions of therapy and then let the therapist help me with this traumatic situation.
And now you know stuff about him that you didn't know, maybe might not have known.
Yeah.
Oh, so now I know,
Yeah.
This about you, dude.
All right,
okay.
So moving to the next, what would you do? Okay, so blind date. All right.
Okay.
Blind date. You go to dinner. You meet him at the restaurant. You walk in and immediately you are not attracted to him. Do you stay for dinner or do you leave? I cannot with you. I can't.
I already know what I would do. That's the problem. I know what I would do.
What?
I would stay for dinner, but I'd have to have a couple glasses of wine if I'm gonna sit through that. You mean like, is he just like mildly not my type, or is he really?
But he's not your type, and not only that, you don't really like his behavior. You don't like. Do you stay? Do you ride it out?
Is he being crass, like being rude to the servers and acting a fool and all of that?
Could be.
We're not staying for that. We're not staying for. You acting a fool and getting drunk and all of that, we're not gonna stay for.
But if you were just not attracted to him, you go on a blind date.
But I'm gonna need him to bring me a glass of wine first, or something,
right,
before I settle in for that.
Oh my
God! Then I'm gonna call up the friend who set me up. See, that's what I'm gonna do. I need to go.
And listen, I agree with that. I agree because I'm telling you, when I tell you, my first thing is, excuse me, I need to go to the ladies' room. And then I'm calling your ass and saying, what the hell? What are we doing here? Like, because I believe that people know their friends well enough to know what they like and what they do not like. Come on now. You cannot be, just setting people up all willy-nilly with something that is just not their type.
I show up and it's like Godzilla across the table. Like,
I don't know. And I have to honestly say, I don't know if I'd stay. I do not know if I would stay. And listen, Sonia said I would walk out. Robin said, been there, invite friends and leave. Okay, so she's going to tell people, the cavalry, to come on in. Okay, and then she's going to leave out. Oh my God!
I have been on bad dates, not blind.
Lisa said, "Listen, I'm eating." She like, I don't have to look at you, but I'm eating my food. I'm not playing with you, but I'm eating my food. I'm not. We're not doing that.
But do you let him pay, or do you split the bill?
I don't really think I'm staying. I don't know
if I'm staying. But see, here's the other thing. That's why you don't do dinner on a blind date. We can meet for a cup of coffee or a cocktail. We are not sitting through dinner.
I was about to say that. I would switch that up and say, let's just have a drink at the bar or something. But and I'm a people person, so I'm gonna back that up and say I won't say that I would actually leave, because I can have a conversation with anybody. You know what I mean? Anybody that's reasonably sensible. If you can't speak in complete sentences, then the date is over anyway. But the attraction part of it, if I'm not attracted to them, okay, fine. I may not stay. I may stay and just have the conversation with them, but we are not going past that. And I would probably have hors d'oeuvres and not have a full dinner. So,
I think I would have said from the gate, let's just meet and have a cocktail. We'll just meet and have drinks.
But you don't know that until you get to the restaurant.
When we made our plans, we're not making plans for dinner. Sight unseen, we're not making plans for dinner.
Really?
No.
You would not do dinner on a blind date?
No. Sight unseen?
You would do coffee or drinks?
Yes. I'm not committing to that. I'm committing to 2 hours? Oh, no. And risk people I know seeing me walk by?
What you say? People I know seeing me? Oh, my God. Okay. What happens when you are in a relationship and you are talking marriage with someone you've been in a relationship with, but your family, and you're about to marry them, but your family does not like them at all? Do you marry them anyway? Your family does not like him. Do you marry him anyway? You love him. You love him. You love him. Do you marry him anyway?
But my family can't stand him.
Right. Do you marry him anyway?
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to have to say, believe it or not, I am probably going to lean toward no. Now, would I have done that 30 years ago? I'd been like, I don't care. This is my thing. But
today
doesn't matter. They see something I don't see. That's and especially knowing my family. My family likes everybody. Like, they genuinely just like everybody. You got to be a real jerk, or I have told them things about you. You know what I mean?
That is what I was about to say. Yes.
Right. I think I would be very concerned. I would probably hold off. I'll probably hold off because it's something about him that they see. In fact, you know what? I know I probably would because I have kind of, after I was at a certain place in a relationship, run them by the trusted members of my family to see what they thought.
So would you continue to date him though? Not marry him? Would you continue to see him?
I think I would have some real questions about what's going on. Again, knowing my family, for them to outright say, I don't like him. I do not like him. And I know when my family has said that about people in that someone was marrying, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's been an issue. It's been an issue every time. A real issue. And I have to admit,
that's a real tough situation. That is a tough situation. That if you are in love with somebody that your family does not like, that's a tough situation.
Yep.
Because either you're going to be living in a solo marriage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or you're gonna lose somebody that you really,
or your family sticks around and every holiday they looking at him like we're not doing that at Thanksgiving dinner.
Right. We're
not doing that.
Or they don't want him to come.
Or we gotta leave early. We can't stay till dessert. Right. But somebody gonna say something, you know. And I do want some sweet potato pie or lemon meringue pie, and you're not gonna mess that up. You're not going to do that.
We're not messing up the sweet potato pie.
I wait all year for Thanksgiving. You're not going to mess that up. I can't see the game. I can't have my sweet potato pie.
So Sonia said I would have to find out why they don't like him.
Yeah. It's a reason.
But the question becomes...
Here's the other thing too. You got to think about what kind of family you got. Because some people, my mama don't like nobody. You know, you got to think about who it is.
But also, people project their own shit onto to other people. So you could have somebody in your family that didn't do well in their relationships, and then they see you, and it could be a little bit of, jealousy and envy. It could be a little bit of, my relationship didn't work out.
Right.
I don't want to see yours work out. It could be a little bit of anything. I agree. You need to find out why they don't like them. And then
take them around your friends too.
If it's something that is really bad, if it's something that's really bad that they don't like about him, or they see in him, then the question really becomes, why are you with him?
Take them around your girlfriends too. Take them around your male cousins. Go, all of you go. If everybody is saying something about that dude, something about him, I don't like him.
What about the kids? If you with someone and their children don't like you,
their children don't like me,
right?
No, we're not doing that. That's easy. Nope. Are we talking little kids or adult kids? Not that it matters. I'm just wondering.
Either one.
None of it. I ain't doing none of it. I'm not trying to cuss nobody's kids.
You ain't trying to grip them up in the corner and be like, because kids, listen, especially those young ones, they'll disrespect you quick.
I ain't trying to be on the phone in my basement hiding. Girl, I can't stand them kids. Like, and wait a minute, because if the kids don't like you, his ex-wife doesn't like you either. We got a problem all around.
You got a problem all around. Got a problem all around. Because listen, I think kids not liking you in a relationship is way harder than your family not liking somebody you with.
They'll make your life miserable.
Baby, in a way where, again, the therapist would need to be on standby for sure. Because either somebody gonna get hurt in this situation, or we need to break it up anyway. It's hard because blended families are hard, can be hard. Not all of them are hard, but some can be very hard.
And them little ones who you got to make a space for in your home because they're going to be there on the weekends.
Yes.
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 No, that's a hard no.
But all right. So with men, you don't meet their kids until somewhere down the line, because most men don't introduce you to their kids immediately. Women do because the kids are with you.
No,
a lot of times kids are with you, and women introduce their kids, I think, way sooner than men do. But again, you're dating him and you're in that relationship. You meet these kids, they don't like you. Do you get out?
As a man?
As a woman, do you get out?
My kids don't like him?
No, but I'm saying if you're dating him and you don't meet his kids, so 6 months down the road, do you get out? If you find out the kids meet you, they don't like you.
Are they local? Or do they have to get on a plane to come see us? If they're local.
Oh my God. Oh God. So you said she with you. She don't want to have to tell nobody off. She don't want to tell nobody off. And like, yo.
Nah. You can't trust nobody's kids. There's no coming back from that. Yeah. You can't even say to him, you like them, huh? You like them little kids, huh?
And that's true. I mean, because again, that's the harder piece. That is the harder piece to do. So
it's like telling him you don't like his mother. I really don't like your mom. Or her potato salad.
You know what? I'm gonna drink on that. I'm gonna drink on that because listen to me. That would be probably more up my alley. I don't really like her. I don't care for your sisters. I don't like them either. Okay. So no, we're not going to their house for dinner. You go to my house. You go to my family house. We're not going to your family house. We're not going there. But a lot of relationships are like that, where it's divided that way.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you don't go to the other side's family. You only go to one side's family.
Yep. So I know another one. This became complicated because it wasn't anybody I was dating, but the guy had separated. And I hope this isn't somebody that you told me about. If I did, if you told me this story, I don't think so. They were divorced. But mom liked the first wife. So whenever he would try to, bring in, oh, hey, I'll just say Stephanie. Hey, here's Steph. Mom was sitting there with her nose all funky. She would invite the ex-wife over to the house kind of thing.
That can happen. I'm telling you, especially with moms. And if they get attached to the first one, and the first one loves the fact that mom has not ruled her out, because I'm going to tell you something. If mom rules you out, you're done. First, second, third, fourth, it doesn't matter. If mom rules you out, you are done.
You're done.
So it's pretty much a wrap anyway.
Yep.
But here, and I know I said that was the last one, but I have this one last one. Work. You're at work. Your boss asks you out. He's single. Your boss asks you out on a date.
My immediate boss?
Your immediate boss asks you out on a date. He's single. No sexual harassment. He's single. He asks you out on a date. What do you do? What do you do?
I gotta go home and pray on that one. I may have to. I'm sure it's in a handbook somewhere. You're not supposed to do that. But I think he would be the one disciplined, not me, all right?
What you say? I think it's in the handbook somewhere. You're not supposed to.
It's in the handbook somewhere.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't with you. What do you say? What? It's in the handbook. He asked you out. And
on a date.
Hold on. Let's just say you're attracted to him. He'd be somebody. What would you do? Would you date him?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know about that one. Because that could go either way. I could say yes or no to that.
I'd have to see what kind of position he in. Like if he's the CEO, then I'm gonna go ahead and ride. I'm gonna go ahead.
I might need to quit.
Even if I gotta leave, he can take care of both of them.
Right.
So if I gotta leave my job, he can take care of both of them.
But you know what I would want to know too? Who else in here you done asked out before I got here? Who else have you dated in this company?
But maybe he just likes you. Shit.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see.
Listen, Sonia said, I'm going. She said, I'm going. She's like, I'm going out. We going out. Look, and I'm eating. Okay? I'm eating while I'm out. Listen, I would have to say if he was single and I was attracted to him, I'd go out with him.
What happens if you go on a date and you realize, dude, you are horrible?
Yeah.
Like, not that he did anything inappropriate. He's just incredibly boring and dull and just,
right. But,
you know.
He paid for dinner and, you know, we went back to work on Monday.
So would you set up like rules before you went out? Like, okay, here's what's going to happen. No this, no that, no this. Yes. But maybe this, or this.
I would definitely set up some rules because I would need to protect myself because I don't know where this is going for sure. But if he was single and I would have to, and it's a sketchy situation for sure because you don't know what you're risking. You know what I mean?
Right,
you don't know what you're risking. So I think you have to assess the risk level first. Before I would have to assess the risk level first before I did anything. And if the risk was low, maybe I'd go out to dinner with him.
Right.
But if the risk was too high, then I'd have to date somebody on the outside. I'd have to find somebody on the outside, even if I was attracted to him.
Right.
I'd have to find somebody on the outside. So
that'll be an interesting conversation when it comes time for reviews and bonuses. So, Bill, what's my bonus?
Listen, before we even get to the performance review, I'm already gonna know what my bonus is.
Right. Because if I get the same bonus as Mary over there, well, how that happened? I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh God. Listen, who said this? She said, you don't listen, basically saying you don't soil where you eat. That's true.
I've heard the old saying, you don't dip your, what is it? Don't dip your pen in the company ink.
There you go. But, you know, I don't know. People date people at work.
People have had whole marriages and families around dating people at work.
All the time. People
all the time. All the time.
And it's no rule that says you can't find love in the office.
Nope.
Because you can't.
But there is a rule that says you can't date your subordinate. That is a rule.
Did you say that is in the handbook?
That is in the handbook.
Right. But you might you might strike a deal that says move me to another department.
I know someone who did that. Mm-hmm. And that is I know someone who did that. And they actually they were married.
See?
They were
you
married.
Never know.
Yep, they were married. It was a black couple.
No.
Yep, a black couple.
So all you can do is kind of assess the situation and then make the best decision. That's what you do.
Make sure you get that double bonus. Make sure.
Listen, that's going to wrap it for another episode of the GYST. Thank you all for tuning in and watching and sharing your feedback on Facebook. We love you for real for doing that. The GYST goes down every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. And we thank you for joining us and hope that you continue to join us every Monday, every Wednesday. We will keep it as engaging as we possibly can. Val will be back with us on Monday, and we will be having guests also as the time goes on. So we look forward to you all joining us again. It's the GYST. And when it comes to life, love, and the pursuit of happiness, sometimes you just need a moment to get your shit together. And so do we. We'll see you next week. Bye.